Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
G'day. Welcome. Ladies and gents, hope we're all doing well. Good morning, good afternoon, and as always, very good evening. How are you, ladies and gents? Not to forget gents. Seeing the majority of you out there are gents. In the chat, as in regards to the analytics, that's what I know. Not a great deal of ladies in the audience, but nonetheless, doesn't matter where you are or what gender you are, I'm glad to have you all on stream. So without further ado, guys, big day ahead. We've got the pound Gbpjpy to come shortly in about 22 minutes from now. So obviously the broadest measure of economic activity and primary gauge of economy itself. So basically anything greater than forecast or equal to greater than forecast is deemed to be a positive for the pound. So I did have a little bit of a research into past events and how the market reacted to it. To be honest, guys, a bit of a nothing burger. Sorry, it's not a great deal happened. I mean, DJ just tend to move in the same direction as the trend on those particular days. Gave maybe a little bit more of a stronger push, but not that much in terms of anything crazy. So I think what we're going to do is just do the normal analysis and see what we can come up with. If there's going to be a really quality opportunity present around the news, we may take it, or I might take it. I might take a small entry. But anyway, so we've got that to come shortly. Also got a lot of news to come later. The big one, huge one for the US dollar today, CPI. So that is going to be a massive one for anyone who is trading into NY session. You need to be wary of that. Unemployment claims as well. Two of the biggest measures of data in the US economy as far as having an effect on the currency strength. So you need to be very wary trading into that later into NY session. So anything on trading gold, be very careful. Anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get underway. Let me just quickly do something before I forget.
It sound right, boy.
Sorry, I should have had this sorted before, but never mind. All right, send a poll into the chat, and without further ado, let's go underway, guys. Let's have a look at, first of all, at GJ with the news to come, and look at that for a weekly candle. Wow, really strong bullish candle yet again. High low to the previous. So once again, guys, what I'm likely going to be doing is looking for potential levels that we could pull back to within the current weekly candle, form a support before we head back up in line direction of that candle. And we do have the momentum, the volume. If we break the high, likely going to pull up and create a deeper push to the upside. So enterprise discovery, we are on GJ at the moment. Once again, I've not been at this level since 2008. Has it started? Yes, it has started. You guys not see me? Can someone just let me know you can see me? Anyway, on to the daily. Have I not unmuted myself? I have unmuted myself. Sorry, it's a bit of shambles. Oh, is it all you? Okay, no worries. All right, so looking at the daily, we do have the current candle. Let's mark in the current candle's low. Let's see if we're going to be flipping any structure or anything below that point there. Seeing we have a high low, high to that previous daily candle, we are bullish in structure. If we were to continue bullish, don't necessarily need to pull back and break our own low. Does it mean that we won't do so or can't do so if we were to continue bullish? Not necessarily. We could pull back still and end up flipping back bullish, but we're going to see what we've got below that point if we do flip any structure on maybe the 30-minute time frame to give us some sort of catalyst to potentially look to take a pullback sell in anticipation that it will make a deeper correction, maybe form a support lower down and give us a potential buy from lower down as well. So let's mark in a 50% of that previous daily candle as well, and let's just see what that does line up with. So once again, if price did pull back to that level, what I want to see is buyers step in, defend that level, and form a support to head back up. If we start to pop below it, close below it, form a resistance below it in a minor time frame, there's a high probability we'll end up closing back a pretty strong bearish candle on the daily time frame. Looking at it on the 4 hour, what we can see is we are still very bullish in structure. This wick over here lines up with on the 4 hour with the 50% of that previous daily candle, so could be a level on the 30-minute by the looks of it. We have closed the bullish engulf candle, previous candle. We are approaching the high of the current daily / weekly candle and 4 hour candle. Got plenty of confluences as we begin to break that candle's high. We have again structure across the board on our side as well. Just marking this level of support. As far as resistance, we've got to wait to the 30-minute time frame. So below it, we have some clean traffic. Does the 30-minute flip at that point? Good news is, it most certainly does. So, far as sellers, if price was to close below 207,580, we'll be flipping the 30-minute structure bearish at that point. So that would be my first potential catalyst to look for a sell at this from these highs. I'll have something flipping in line with direction of that sell, and once again it could be just a short-lived sell because the bias, the weekly, is forming a really strong bullish candle. Could pull back down potentially to that minor support here around at 207.40. At that point there, I'd still look to buy it. So sells below that support, below 207.580. Now, obviously, I'm all about the bias, guys. We have formed resistance on the minor time frame, current daily candles high. Just lacking volume right now. Maybe waiting for the news to be processed shortly. Would I be interested in selling it? No, not interested in selling it. I spoke to the guys, well, yesterday on the NY session. There were no trades taken because the charts just did not give us an opportunity. What a few people asking on that call was, what about the sell option in anticipation of that pullback to retest that zone? I kept saying it. I said it yesterday on stream here, if you guys remember. Whilst we're in such a strong uptrend, it doesn't necessarily have to pull back all that far before it heads back up again. It could just pull back a little bit, create the higher low, which is exactly what it did, and end up trending back to the upside, which is exactly what it did. So for me, I was not interested whatsoever in trying to buck the trend and take a counter trend sell. It's going to be the exact same scenario here. I'm not going to be interested in trying to buck the trend and take a counter trend sell in this case. I'd rather, if it does create that clean push down, skip it, let it do so, prove to me that I can pull back, and at that point I'm going to be looking for support to form to look for a potential buy to take it back up towards the current daily and weekly candles high. So for me, I'm all about the buys, guys. Just a matter of where. I mean, we've got potential levels here, price could pull back to, got previous resistance here to the left, it could potentially bounce off that, form of support. So basically I'm just all about the buys above this support, guys. So I'm just going to mark in that point there. I know I've got some levels of interest where it could bounce off or tap into and form a support, and if these levels fail within the range, then obviously I've got 207.60 as a level I'd want it to respect. If we were to continue bullish and below, it's when I start to contemplate the sell options. So buys above the high on continuation is definitely an option as well, guys. But right now, liking the volume, we'll see where this candle closes. We'll see what happens when the news comes out. I'll let you know if I'm going to be interested in taking a cheeky little buy above the high. I'll let you know, but for the time being, we'll just wait and see. So we've still got plenty of time, still got 14 minutes remaining. We've got time to think about that one. So that's JJ, guys. Hopefully it makes sense. So I'm going to remove that 50% now. It's way off. It's all about the buys on JJ. And let's quickly move on to have a look at gold. So I sent in the analysis into the members group. Gold's a little bit different. So the bias is bullish across the board, or other than the weekly. We've got the weekly candle is still technically, well, obviously it's bearish, but it's a weak bearish candle. I said yesterday, would not surprise me whatsoever. I'll remove that alert now. If price was to still flip bullish, because we have respected, we bounced off the 50% of that previous weekly candle multiple times. We have respected it. We've got daily counter probabilities to the upside as well, albeit a very weak closure on the previous daily. Long upper wick. Current candle is pulling back quite significantly into that previous daily candle. We know structure wise it is bullish onto the 4-hour time frame. We know that is also technically bullish. We respected support here to the left hand side, bounced off it, create a higher low. We're pulling back up. Got a little bit of margin on the 4-hour. This looks different to this chart. Yeah, looks very different because of the closures of the 4-hour. It's on the other chart, you're actually at a 4-hour resistance. We're currently at a resistance wall, approaching it. So this is throwing me off a little bit, because what I was going to suggest is if we respect that resistance, if tap into it, we could look for probably potential sells. But anyway, we'll go off this for the time being. So on to 30-minute time frame. So we know we're bullish on the 4-hour, still bullish on the 30-minute too, from this big impulse from off the back of the news. What I'm going to say is, all right, I'm going to treat this the same way as I would have on the other chart, the 4-hour. What I want to see is price pull up, tap into 23.83.395 and look for potential sells upon rejection of that level. Now we have formed a resistance just below it, formed a minor support too just below it. Need a really strong catalyst, to be honest. You need a really strong closure below it. We're just consolidating, but I really would like to see price pull up, tap into that resistance to the left hand side, reject, then begin to pop below the most recent support we have created and look for that sell to take it back down. Just trade the range. It is against the structure, it is against the bias, but obviously we're at the high of a resistance. It's a level we've respected multiple times here to the left hand side as well, so I would look for the rejection to sell it. I would prefer to see price tap in though to at 23.38.83 roughly. Now aside from that, on the move to the upside, let's see on the 15, we've got more of a zone here. Not really. All right, got a minor zone just there on the 30-minute. So if price just begins to melt, I can't get involved in a sell. You know, if we pop below and respect that 23.78 sort of level, we look for buys from that sort of level, buys above. However, if we begin to pop below that level, rejecting the 4-hour resistance, and it's high probability we head back down further into the range below. So I would be looking for the sells below that point there, and I'll also be considering the buys above it. So it's an area of interest, guys. So I'm just gonna mark it in, mark in sells below, marking buys above, and that is pretty much it on gold. Buys on continuation potentially. Not the cleanest to the left though, we're running straight into another resistance to the left hand side here, so it's going to be difficult to look for the buys upon the continuation. I'd rather buy it from a little bit lower down, but I feel we could get involved in potential sells prior to it if it does reject this resistance that we are fast approaching. So wait and see on gold. 9 and a bit minutes left until the open of EU session, so almost at the closure of new hourly. Bit of volume right now on gold, is spiking up and down a bit. This candle with that bullish 1 minute, next minute looks like it's forming strong bearish, so bit all over the shop right now. I have to just wait and see, wait for this candle to close. Once again, if I am to consider anything prior to it tapping into this level, there needs to be a really strong closure below the consolidation. We might watch gold for the next few minutes. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Let me know. And what we will do is the analysis on the pound on GU. All right, so I'll remove the drawings actually completely. And what we'll start on the weekly. So we'll go do the top down analysis. Weekly strong bullish candle, high low, high high, obviously. Approaching really, well, we are at a really strong area of resistance here to the left hand side though, so not gonna be easy to buy into it. However, once we go down to the minor time frames, we can see there is some clean traffic So on the daily, if we were to continue bullish once again, don't really need to pull back and break our own low. If we do, we'll see what we've got level for any potential sell options. Seeing we are at a resistance and we don't really have much of a low wick in the daily, we'll potentially still make a bit of a pullback. Well, our structure is also bullish, so it's bullish across the board on GU. Now what we can see though, we are at a resistance on that time frame, on the 4 hour time frame. Just going to mark that in. You see we're at this level just now too, on a previous 4 hour resistance. We've tapped into the resistance a little bit higher up. As far as support, I'm marking it on a 30. So once we get down to the 30, if I was to zoom out, I'll just mark this in for horizontal. And if I'm to zoom out, we can see above that yellow horizontal, actually got some clean traffic on the M30. So what I'm going to do now is just adjust this zone up to that level there. And I'll draw in another zone, the most recent, the most immediate price action. And what I would be looking for on GU, I would leave it in gray because it is the start of the 4 hour resistance. Now, if we pop above that level, I'd be all about the buys. I'd be marking a level just there of support on the 30 minute. And if we do remain above 128.470, so really above 128.50, I would prefer to look for the buy options on GU. Below that point in there, starting to pop below psychological round number 128.50 flat. Not flipping any structure, still gonna be bullish across the board. But you can see starting to pull away from that 4 hour resistance to the left. So that's where I'd start to look for the sells. Seeing we're at a level of potential rejection. Different is with GU and GJ. GU is at a resistance, GJ is into clean traffic, so it's, in my opinion, it's very hard to sell against such a strong uptrend. Whereas GU, you've got more of a point of entry, I feel, for the sell options. So buys above, sells below, and buys above the current daily candles high, the resistance formed at that level. So that is GU. Hopefully that makes sense. I haven't started the stream on TikTok yet. For whatever reason, TikTok, you only get viewers if you start it a little bit later. I figured it out, so I might start it in about 20 minutes or so, half an hour. Just going to start up a Zoom call and I'll say good day to everyone in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we? What do you guys think? What are you guys looking at for the news for GDP? Who thinks GJ is going up and who thinks GJ is going down, or who thinks the pound's going up or down? All right, just sent the link in to the members and let's get back to the chat. All right, who we got here today? T-Dog, good morning to you, my friend. Up and up, good morning, brother. Franco, good morning. Roma, hello to you. Brad, good afternoon to you, brother. Japan, do you think news pound will be positive? I have no idea if we're positive or negative. Not from England, to be honest. I have no idea what the sentiment is right now, to be honest. From what I understand, I'm leaning towards a more side of positivity. I mean, the forecast is for it as well. But just from what the little snippets I've heard on Bloomberg and that over the past few weeks, is the UK economy is starting to sort of come out of the doldrums a bit. So potentially it could be a good result. So this could maybe be grabbing some liquidity before the news. Let's wait and see. Gold, this is good. This is what we want to see. Want it to pop up. And then we've got to support this point here near 30. We want to tap in, then there could be options to sell below that support. Buys above. All right, who else we got? Yeah, T-Dog, so just you. For us, on a scenario in 15-minute GDB. What is the scenario? Scenario is, for me, I'm just waiting, brother. Just waiting, I've got the news to come now. So I'm not going to sell it. Johnny. Goodbye to you, my friend. That's what you get if you come here promoting something else. Top Trader Cole, brother, how are you? Welcome. Welcome to one of them YouTube members. I didn't realize, brother, you bought the bandwagon membership, which is all good. I appreciate it. But I'm not sure if you've read what's included. So, yeah. Yeah, and if anyone is interested in the membership, YouTube, VIP, Discord, it's all down below in the description below. So once again, this could just be grabbing some liquidity prior to the news. But I'm more happy to see what gold is doing right now. This is what I want to see. On this chart, it's a 4-hour zone. This is the chart I sent to members earlier. This is what I really want to see. I want to see it pull up, reject. Now we've got support just below it. That is a potential point of entry. All right, who's rolling the dice at the casino for the news? Without the confirmation, because I'm just going to trade it as I would normally. So right now there's no confirmation for me to buy it. And I'm not interested in the sells, to be honest. All right. Here we go, guys. 20 seconds remaining. Let's see. All right. Oh, there we go. Well, it's more than enough in burger today this time, isn't it? Wow, look at that. And buy stop would have had you slipped an absolute ton just then. You would have been slipped probably about 7-8 pips. And you'd be in drawdown just now. So I don't believe in buy stop, sell stops for the news. I prefer limit orders. But that is just very difficult to get involved. What is the spread? I haven't even checked on GJ. What is the spread right now? I see markets is normal. It's half a pip. I wonder if it did pop up though for the immediate open of that candle. If anyone did take a cheeky buy stop, let us know. Hold yourself accountable. How do you go? Are you stuck in drawdown? Did you get slipped? How's it going, guys? For me, there is absolutely no way to get involved in that entry just then, in that candle. And gold, we are consolidating, so we just need a break of the consolidation. Once again, preferably tap in 23.3850 and then reject. This is all good. If it now makes a move to the upside, then it's a matter of waiting for it to pull back from support. How did the news come out? I didn't even check it yet. Wow, it's come out really strong. So some positive news for the British economy. Yep, Roma. Yeah, wow. Now look at it. What's GU doing? GU's likewise. The GU could be a tradable pair soon. Depends if in the next 26 minutes what it does. If it closes above, then GU be a good option to buy it. I might wait to do Bitcoin analysis when I start a TikTok stream shortly. Alright, so the focus is going to be gold. How's the week been, guys? How have we been going? Hope it's been a good one. Sorry, guys. Who's in? Is anyone in any trades right now? Let us know, guys. How are we going? You are? What are you trading? Right now, GU looks the best. But again, you've got 23 minutes, just under 23 minutes remaining for this counter close. News being very positive for the pound. This thing could continue to see upside just now. Doesn't mean I'd be chasing it. same with GJ. As much as I want to get involved on a buy above, we'll need to stick to my rules. I had no catalyst prior to it. So it's all good. Don't stress it, we chill. Plenty of time. And by the way, guys, how long have I been saying be careful selling JJ? In this whole big push, for how many weeks now have I said be very careful selling JJ? And it continues to push to the upside. I know if you chuck on an RSI, it's going to say it's oversold. I mean, overbought, completely overbought. Especially on the higher time frames. But it means nothing. You don't just sell it because it's overbought. You need to wait for confirmations. What sort of confirmations do you need? You need structure flipping on the minor time frame, the M30. You need a daily candle closing back a strong bearish candle. That type of scenario, that's when you start to sort of trust the sellers. The thing is, right now, the structural flip back bearish below support. If this candle closes as is, got a swing point just here. Maybe it opens up the sell, but again, it's going to be very risky because you are, look at this, it's just on an absolute tear. How is that for an uptrend? Well, it's wise you're in a swing position on USD Mexican, really. An exotic pair. I hope you're in a swing sell. Short 18.33. Wow. Nice one. What's the spreads like on this pair? Perfect. Gold has tapped in, or very close to it. I think that's good enough, in all honesty. But it's gonna be a bit hefty sometimes. Yeah, I would have thought so. I'm gonna start TikTok now. Tommy John, good morning to you. Hope you are. DJ, excuse me, pulling back a bit. Yeah. All right, GU rejecting as well. So wanted to close significantly above now. We wanted to close like this, leaving a long wick to the upside. Welcome TikTok. Hope you guys are well. So just had the pound news filter through GDP, and it's come out as very positive for the pound. So obviously off the back of that, we've got GJ pushing, continuing to the upside. We've also got GU continuing to the upside. It's also in a big strong uptrend. GU is at a 4-hour resistance though, so we have some clean traffic within the 4-hour level though. We've got on the 30-minute, we've got some very clean traffic. So closures above the current level on GU would be not a bad option. Look for an early or first potential buy. Just depends how it closes. We want to leave long wicks the upside, and what I'm focused on today is gold. So rejecting this resistance, we've formed support just below it. So right now what I'm looking for is gold to close bullish, bearish engulfing below 23.81.255 in the next 17 minutes. I will contemplate a sell on gold. That's what I'm looking at. Now let's quickly do some Bitcoin analysis because we do have time to wait. So let's go over Bitcoin just quickly. All right, so first of all, starting the weekly. Iron candle still will not surprise me if it ends up flipping back bearish, but it is forming a bullish candle. Still, obviously, got a few more extra days for Bitcoin, seeing it is 24/7. The weekly, just halfway through the weekly candle, is forming a weak bullish candle. We're expecting a low of the previous weekly candle. So if we do remain above the previous weekly candle's low, then perhaps we will continue to the upside. Looking at the daily, structure-wise, it still remains bullish from this impulse from 50k all the way up to the highs. However, what we can see is within the structure itself, we are forming a series of lower highs, lower lows. Previous daily did close back bearish, also out of the resistance, rejecting this resistance to the left, rejecting support that we prior to that we had broken. So again, this all suggests to me that we have potential to come down further. The 4-hour structure did flip back bullish, currently trying to make a higher low, so I'm marking that level there. So the bias is technically bullish on Bitcoin now, but I'm still not convinced about the buys. I'd still definitely entertain the sell options on Bitcoin as well. I'm just going to drag that support across. So what I'd be looking at, drag that up now. That's your 4-hour range. Within it, you've got this resistance here on the M30. If price was to close above it, there's a high probability it will head up towards that 59.20. Again, we do have some levels to the left-hand side to be wary of. So especially that level there, 58.64, it's a swing on the 30-minute time frame. But I still feel closures above 58.373 could provide for some potential options to buy it. Reason being is because within the current daily candle, that is the highest point, we have formed resistance at that point there. If we were to continue bearish, even if we broke above that level, if we were to continue bearish, we should close below it, reject it, and head back down. So for that matter, you could probably look for the sells below that resistance. However, if we do pop above it, close above it, bouncing off this 4-hour support, this high time frame support, I feel there's a high probability price will continue to the upside. As far as further sells, I don't think there is any at the moment. Unless it pulls back up and rejects below the low, you're running into some very choppy traffic. So I'll just be looking for price to pull back now on Bitcoin and either close above for a buy or reject for a potential sell. All right, gold breaking. All good, guys, not a problem, because the next option, this thing just melts. What I want to see is price just bounce off 23.78, 78.70. Maybe trigger in some buys, form a little bit of a support, then pop below it, and then I'll look for the sells. Or trigger in some buys, form a support, and then maybe look for the buy option, take it back up. Or the 15-minute, wow. That's a strong callus in the 15. Base of the 15, you could probably be in a sell, in all honesty. Stop loss about 25 pips. kind of feel I've missed it though, to be honest. I wasn't even focused on it. How did this candle open up? That was if it breaks its own low. How many pips have we got? 16, 15? Now I want to wait for 30. At this point, I'm going to wait for a 30-minute time frame. Jania, good morning, good day to you. Atlantis, got CP 2360 for gold. All right. It's a fair way off though, so just make sure to manage a trade if you are in it. This is all right. This is not bad. Just want the 30 to close engulfing though, and we'll look for a sell. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for 30, guys. Oh, there she goes. Sorry guys, it caught me a little bit off guard, to be honest. I didn't even realize that closed engulfing on the 15. Don't know if I would have given 10 though. I don't think so. Oh. All good. All good, guys. We remain patient and wait. I'm so quiet, guys. They're running a trade. It's always a telltale when telltale story when everyone's quiet. People are in trading, are in trades. That's how it is. Everyone goes quiet when they're in trade. Guys, have a look also after the stream. You don't have to do it right now, but I've sent a link into the new website which I've made myself. It's pretty impressive. I'll bring it up just now, seeing we do have a time to wait. So this is something I put together myself. It's nothing fantastic, nothing too flashy, but it's all functional, which is good. If you click on all these things, it does actually point you into the right direction, which is fantastic. Plus all these icons points you to the right social media pages and that. So obviously just a bit about myself, my journey, and what I envisage that you guys get from me, from the VIP, from private coaching and that. So that's all there. The VIP and what's included. Part of what's included is a lot more. Also, the private mentorship as well. That's also there, and a little bit about just some short videos from the stream as well. Trading insights and a contact form at the end. So it's fully functional. The link is down below. If anyone is interested in having a look at all that. Pretty proud of it, to be honest, considering I did it all myself and I'm no tech whiz at all. So in your own time, guys. Don't do it now though. Atlantis, you'll be back, all good. All right, guys, who's in trades right now? Type Y for yes, N for no. N for me. All right, so what am I going to want to see on GJ? This candle closes back a relatively strong bearish candle. And what I'm going to want to see is a bullish engulfing candle on the next 15 minutes to look for a potential entry. If this candle closes back a weak bearish candle, I'd want it to tap in the next 5 and a bit minutes into this zone, reject it, close a weak bearish candle. Then as the new M30 opens up, creates a slow wick, begins to break above the high of this pause on a 15. That could potentially be a first early entry point for GJ for the buys. So wait and see. Lances, you only trade call. You're in a trade? Okay. Is for the follow on TikTok. So guys, if you aren't aware, I am streaming live on YouTube at the same time. So if you can't find me on TikTok, you'll always find me on YouTube. So I'm assuming there's like 30 odd other people on the YouTube stream right now in trades. That's the case, let us know how you go. Benny Chamberlain? Thank you, brother. Just listening along. Good morning to you. Girl, brother. Have to catch up. Remember, what do you think about indicators like MACD, RSI to spot reversal? Look, some people can use it as added confluence to give them their sort of catalyst to look for entries. For me, they are lagging, and obviously they are lagging. So I prefer just to focus on pure price action itself. Also, because I'm just scalping, I think they probably have more relevance if you're swing trading. I personally believe indicators. If I was swing trading, and I used to use RSIs and that. Also RSIs, I used to use MACD sometimes, but more so the RSI. I think it does have more relevance there. But in terms of scalping, I'm not convinced, to be honest. I'd rather just stick to pure price action and trading patterns, support, resistance, that type of thing, because that's what works for me. But I feel they do have their place. Obviously, you see me use the FIB at times. That's pretty much the only one I'll use while I'm while I'm scalping. Ben, listen to half of your course, working late all week, so had it on when doing some button pressing. It's very good. Thank you, appreciate it. The Spirit, g'day to you. Hope you're well. Janine, yes, I do have a group chat. It's on Discord. I have a free community and I have a VIP community. So just send me a DM and I'll give you the contacts to all that. I can't send links into TikTok. I'm not sure why they don't let you do it. That's why I always suggest come across to YouTube, because you got all that on the YouTube channel. You can see also in the description of the live stream. It's got links to all those different social media outlets, and also the free VIP, the free Discord and the VIP group. Alright, so by the looks of this, closed back a very strong bearish candle. What I'd like to see is for the new candle, pull back, tap into that previous resistance, and then close back bullish engulfing. Then I may consider options moving forward. For the time being, there is nothing in my opinion. Limit orders aren't valid based off the 15. 30 minutes going to close back below the resistance just now. Look at that. Wow. Wow. We're not even going to be flipping any structure now at that point, because we've failed to close above. So doesn't mean I'm just going to sell it. GJ is in one of its moves right now. The pound must be up to tricks. It is. Look at GU as well. That is a nice catalyst to sell, but it's in such an uptrend. I'm not just going to sell it based off that one candle. But that suggests it's grab liquidity from the upside. Look at the rejection in the more so the last few minutes. I mean, from the highest point to the low, how far did it reject at the end? 22 pips. We're right back in consolidation, right back at support. For me, there is no entry just yet. Junior, enter gold sell. 30 hasn't closed bad. No margin. There is absolutely no margin. There's about 10 pips once you count the spread. Yeah, once you count the spread, there's like 10 pips. Hold on, let me check it out in my trader. Oh, you'd have to be in already. It's just one of those ones. You don't have the margin, unfortunately, because that count is close too far down, too deep. But you could be in a sell just now. That's the target. Got a wide stop loss. It's a difficult one to take because you've already made the move pretty much within the previous candle. Just didn't have the right real confirmations within the M30 itself. You had 15 minute was okay, but you would have been stuck in fair drawdown, significant drawdown, because it did pull back. And now it's just made the move. once again, guys, just wasn't really on the ball for it, so it's all good. Not gonna just force my way into it. I might sell or buy right now. Possible gold sells, you probably should be in it. But for me, it's just there's just not enough margin. For us, sell GJ. No. Matthias, GDP UK announcement. Yep. So it came out positive. But often this is what happens, guys. Price will react initially upon breaking the news. And a lot of the time, it doesn't necessarily happen within the same candle, but eventually it's wiped out a few candles later, whatever the impact of the news event was. Anyone in gold sells, I wish you luck, and it looks like you're doing okay if that's the case. I need an alarm for like the closure of the 30-minute, 2 minutes before it, so I remember to check it. All good. Janine, should I hold my sell or break even? Where was the entry? If you answered below a previous candle, we probably don't have enough profit on the table to get to break even just yet. And the fact of the matter is, you've only got about 9 pips or so to that support. I'd probably get to break even probably about 7 pips in, 6-7 pips in. 2380. Yeah, or we're back on a little bit of drawdown. Nursery, you were running profit sell, nice one. So once again, guys, my next point of entry is sells below 23.78.70, buys above it. Well, there you go, you got your move now. So I definitely be a break even now, Janine, 100%. Because you would have tapped into about 10 pips just then. So you got in a bit earlier, you got in before it actually broke. Biggie? So is it just there? Looking at gold at the moment. Yeah, nice one. Well done, Janine. So we'd TP 2366. 1 hour that and then is Q1. $366. Fair way off. Okay. All I would suggest is just be sure to manage your trade. You got a lot of news to come as well later on. You got CPI to come, so you're taking anticipation that it's gonna get to that level prior to it. What is the forecast? So let's have a look. The forecast is for actual, well, higher than previous. So, however, year on year is predicted to be less. So month on month higher. For CPI equal, so this could be a bit of a mixed bag. Unemployment claims less. That's a mixed bag. It's going to be difficult to know what to make of that until the news actually comes out. So Have to wait and see. But if year on year core CPI is going down, or if CPI is going down year on year, that would suggest potential softening when it comes to the Fed's stance on monetary policy, which may lead to rate cuts moving forward, which may lead to strength in gold and the majors. So just be wary of that. So if you've got a wider target, all I would suggest is if you are trading into news and you're in profit, just make sure that you're well into profit with your stop loss, because USD news is on another level to the pound news. We all know that. We all should know that if you are serious about your trading. And you could easily get slipped. You get slipped on your stop loss as well. Even if it's in profit, it might not trigger you out at the level that you anticipate it will. So just be very careful with it. All right, JJ trying to pop back up. Bullish engulfing, we could have an entry. 6.5 minutes. It is my third day in a row during your lives. It's lovely vibe and very good trades. Appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. Alright guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Don't go nowhere. So I'm back. Top trader gold, do you think we're going to get gold dumping before CPI? My friend, it's one of those questions I don't really know because I don't have a crystal ball, so hard to predict that. If we were to continue bullish, possibly just to grab some liquidity before we end up heading back bullish. But once again, it's a little bit of a mixed bag with CPI. We've got core CPI predicted to be as per the forecast, as per the previous. So that would usually be okay. Wouldn't really have much of an impact. However, obviously being red folder will still have some sort of impact. But it's more to do with the month-on-month CPI and the year-on-year, which is both opposites. We've got CPI month-on-month predicted to be going up by a little bit, and year on year coming down a little bit. So I would assume that the year on year would be of higher importance because they're looking at a broader measure to see if they are actually starting to stem the all-important inflation. And if that is to be the case, then what would I think of that? I would think that gold would head back up even higher to higher levels. The majors as well, because that would suggest to me that the Fed may be beginning to ease or think about easing policy moving forward. So potential rate cuts, I think they've talked about up to 2 rate cuts moving forward for the remainder of the year. And that would just basically give more reason to it, I suppose. Gold dropping now. Wow, it's just literally jumped about 18 pips since tapping to that zone in 10 seconds. Thank you guys on TikTok for all the people following and everyone on the stream. Appreciate it. James, morning to you, brother. You busy this morning, are you? Been a little bit off the ball, to be honest. Just a couple of entries potentially on gold. Thing is, when I get into analysis, guys, I get really into it. I have to get to check the time. All good. All good, James. No problem, brother. All as well, nonetheless. Jay, so funny. Good day to you, man. Long time. Hope you're well. Welcome. James, you're not keen on GJ sells because of the overall bias. Yeah, GJ sells are really difficult in my opinion. Because as we mentioned yesterday, unfortunately went on EMY call yesterday. I think you weren't there. You must have been busy. This was yesterday during MY where it looked like it could potentially come back down to this resistance, and I was saying to you guys, I'm not selling it. It's just in too strong of an uptrend. Every time we create impulse, we exhaust for a bit, we consolidate, we may trickle downwards a little bit, but then it's just followed by another big impulse. So it doesn't necessarily need to pull back all that far, can just create a higher low and then create another impulse to the upside. I'd be concerned about it doing the exact same thing today. So I'd be avoiding the sells and purely wait for a potential buy option to present. That is just, yeah, my opinion of it. Gold of 15 is close right at the support. I'm definitely going to be waiting for a 30 closure. What I really like to see now is, we're still going to be above the support if we close a bullish candle though. So that's not going to tick the box. Yeah, I'd probably still prefer to see us just a closure below without making a real significant push below at 23.7870. And this is the last 15 minutes prior to London Open, so this closes a strong bullish candle. We're going to be well above that support. It'll be difficult selling it if that's the case. However, if it does close back a weak bearish candle on the 30, we've pulled back to grab liquidity from the previous zone that we recently formed a support at on the move to the upside. That could provide a potential option to buy it at London Open. Likely going to have enough margin above that candle. It's trading in line with the trend. So at this rate, for me to get involved in a trade quite soon, that's what I'd like to see. Look for the buy option. If the 15 can close right up and maybe even flip this candle back bullish on the 30, that's fine as well. So at this rate, I might be looking for buys at London Open above this candle's high. It just depends how this candle closes. If it close back weak bullish or weak bearish. Closes back like this, forget it. Janine, I'm not, yeah, for me, I'm not in nothing. TP would have been there. It's literally tapped into it. So these zones are not only my potential levels to enter trades, they're also my targets. So that definitely would have been one of my targets. But the fact of the matter is, like I said, there was about 9, once you count for spread, maybe 9 pips to that zone. So it's literally bounced off it very strongly at the moment. I'm just waiting to see where the candle closes for a potential buy now at London Open. Thank you for the gift. It's me, Hazan. Thank you, appreciate it. See, look at it now. We are in an uptrend, guys. Don't forget that. It's bullish across the board, other than the weekly candle. Structure is definitely bullish, but the candle itself is still forming, at this stage, a weak bearish candle. But every other time frame is bullish. So we just need to wait 11 minutes and hope in 11 minutes that doesn't just flip and it can move up. Yeah, so definitely the focus is gold now, guys. This will be a fantastic catalyst as long as it doesn't just make the move. If it pushes too far back into the range, then it's going to be difficult to look for the buy. But if it closes as is, or even a little bit higher up, bullish engulfing on the M15, closing the M30 back bullish, tapping into a support price had previously created on the move to the upside, that would be a really strong catalyst for me to buy it. So I just need to patiently wait 9.5 minutes and see where this candle closes for potential buy at London Open on gold. BJ, nothing just now. It is back of that resistance, just consolidating. No entry for me. EU, much the same, just consolidating. Bitcoin doing. Still hasn't pulled back to that resistance, so nothing on that as well. Biggie, I'm waiting for London Open. I'm a very strict rule-based trader, so I wait for confirmation. So me right now, it's very impulsive. We don't have confirmation of support formed yet. We may have it shortly, but it may make the move without me. If that's the case, from my experience and my playbook, my rulebook, which I've created myself, I know it's best just to sit this out right now. Simply wait patiently. And if it does make the move, then I reassess. Very simple. No FOMO, no emotions. It's just trading the plan, trading the rules. Very simple stuff. Could not stress it enough. It works. Retiro? Bye? Not for me, mate. Not for me, not just yet. Okay, good day to you. Jack, good afternoon, bro, or good evening. Hope you're well. Welcome. All good, man. All good. Just watching gold, see how this candle closes. Thing is, people see it move like so, and they get FOMO. They feel a need to get involved. I'm happy to see this play out and not get involved, because I don't trade on impulse, because it usually leads to getting wrecked. So even if your levels are correct, doesn't always necessarily mean that you got a potential entry. That's just my personal opinion, because that's what works for me. Dave Watson, long time, brother. Hope you're well. Yeah, I've been back for, well, I've been streaming for about 3 months now, I think it is. So been going really well. It's a slow burner, but we're getting there. Stream record has been fantastic. I've got to get the record up there. We have not taken many losses at all. Been very strict. Taken, you know, up to 2-3 trades on some streams none. Some streams is 1. It all depends, but the overall record's been really good. Trading has been absolutely the best of my career, in all honesty. Really, because I'm sticking to the plan on a daily basis, not giving into FOMO or anything. Right, like right now, gold. Good set. Thank you, mate. Hope you're well too, by the way. You are still trading? I assume you are if you're on the stream, and hope it's going well. I hope it's a little bit warmer in Perth than what it is in miserable Melbourne. It is freaking cold. It's bloody cold, mate. Marek? Yeah. Alright. I'll sort that out. If you want a promo for the annual option, it's not really meant for the annual option, to be honest. But if you want, send me an email and I will work out a promo code for you for an annual option. I'll do it because I should have stated that, so that's my bad. It's until the 31st. There's a promo for VIP, so yes, that should include annual. You are correct. So just send me an email and I'll make the promo code for you and send it to you. You can, when you're ready, you can welcome to join. It's freezing in Perth. Oz is just. I read something the other day that it's been a really cold winter throughout, even in Brisbane, which is, you know, unusual. They've had some really cool days up north as well, so maybe it's not just Melbourne. We feel it a lot more, though. It is freaking cold. It's been really cold. Actually, I might be able to adjust that now. I might be able to create a promo for the annual version right now, or the annual payment option. So we've got how long until the open? We've got 3 minutes, right? Let's focus on GJ now. So what I want to see in GJ, minimum, I'd want to see a closure above the bodies of the candles here to the left. Then I may consider a buy at London Open. Gold, it's too far gone. There's nothing we can do about gold. It's made the move. So we just need to wait for it yet again to reject or see if it pushes through that level. Now, the good thing is where it has bounced off is a previous level of support to the left. So if we did come back down yet again, we know that we should respect it if we are to continue bullish. We've done so on 2 occasions this level. So if we pull back only to close below, that becomes our potential entry point for a sell option as per the initial plan, and that's still what I've been looking at. could just be grabbing that liquidity just now, so we'll see. We'll provide an option. Watching GJ, minute and a half left. Oh, good morning to you. Hope you're enjoying your getaway. All right, so GJ, not a convincing closure by the looks of it, so we're likely gonna have to wait. Gold back at that resistance, so that's all good, no problem. Maybe we can get a sell from higher up, guys. Does reject. Gonna be on the ball for it this time, so we'll see. If we can get a sell from higher up, all good. Not gonna buy it into resistance. Might be a little bit reckless on my behalf, so gonna have to wait. GJ just not strong enough at the moment. All right, so London open. Franco, no entry, also in GU. Yeah, it's just chopping about. GU's just consolidate. A little bit of a tricky one that week there. 15 looks less than convincing. The 30, you're finally got a closure above. But you still got the traffic in the 15. You still got those wicks there to the left-hand side. Now, the risky entry is right now if it breaks its own high. But again, I'm a really strict rule-based trader, so it's not something that I would normally enter, because you still got this on the 15 to get through. I have to wait. Muzilla, apologies, just saw that. Good afternoon to you. Can I please check ECAD? Actually, that's a pair. It used to be one of my favorites. I used to trade that I used to love it. Here you are, CAD. You're gonna buy for 1.47. That's a lot of numbers. 584. 584. All right. So you're in profit. That's good. This is a pair I should look at more often. I used to trade it. Love it. It used to be my favorite pair. All right. So difficult to know what to make of that in the weekly. We've got the previous weekly. We've got gaps everywhere. Close to strong bullish candle. Current candle. It's below the high of the previous, but apparently it's forming bullish. We'll just go up that. We'll call it bullish. Daily, you can see structure itself. It is technically bullish. It's flipped bullish. We are at a resistance, just kind of consolidating. Here, we've got some consolidation here to the left. Consolidating above a bit of a resistance there though. On daily, we have counter probabilities to the upside as well. High, low, high, high. So again, that would suggest potential movement to the upside. 4 hour is at a resistance. It is bullish. That's, I'll just mark that in. Our support, I'll mark that level in. All right, so the 4 hours bullish, but at a resistance. 30 minute is, by the looks of it, bullish from this move, also impacted by the news by the looks of it. So the bias is bullish, so looks like you're on the right side of things. All I would say is be careful because you're tapping into resistance and you are so far rejecting. Now, what I would also mention is as long as it remains above 175, 574, it'll be right to continue to the upside. So that's pretty much your entry, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, that was when you entered. 584. So what I'd probably be doing is trade my stop loss to that point if you want to keep it for a longer term play. But to be honest, I would have secured something by now because he's tapped into that 4 hour resistance. Now, having said that, if it does come back down to that support, only to begin to close below it. So a little bit like so. Let me fix this up. So pull back down to it, tap, bounce off it, only to reject and pop below at 147,560. And it's a high probability at that point there, rejecting a 4 hour resistance, flipping a 30-minute structure bearish as well at that point. A high probability that we will come back down further. So you're not flipping the structure, but you're flipping the micro trend back bearish at that point. So that's what I'd be looking at. I would have secured something and I'd be looking for the sells below that point there. Further buy options above these highs. You got a really nice clean counter to the left hand side. Buys above 147.70. Take it up to 147.770. It's not much margin at all, is there? Strange, because I remember this pair used to move with a lot of volume. Maybe not at the moment. Thanks. I have to keep some profits. Nice one. Good work. Ethan Gold, sell or buy right now. What's going on here? Why is everything very... let me look. Well, if we close below support, I'm going to sell it. I'm not going to buy it because you buy it into resistance. That's the little boy. Ramo, drop. Steve A, good morning to you. Jack, can we please do EU? You get a chance. All good. Yeah, I can have a look at EU. I've not done so yet today. So same areas apply, same zones as yesterday on EU. Not sure. I think I that from the stream. Could be from MI, I'm not too sure. All right, so the 4 hour zones still remain by the looks of it. What you could do is just adjust it now to the open of those candles. But it is a choppy mess to the upside, but you are at a resistance. So as far as an area to sell it from, you're looking pretty good. Now, 30 minute, what's going on there? So structure wise still remains bullish by the looks of it. So you're going to be against the actual structure itself on the 30-minute, but you're rejecting a higher time frame resistance. Got the daily counter probability to the upside, but look at that, rejecting that resistance. Weekly still forming bearish, very similar to gold, could eventually flip by the looks of it. It's a bit of a mess, but what I would say is if price closed below this point here, support around that 108.326. Don't have much margin, but it's likely to come back down to the next support just there. But you can get a 1-to-1, still could be worth it. Yeah, it's within a range, and it's not the cleanest range. There is not a great deal of margin, to be honest, upon any entry by the looks of it. Because as soon as you break this support, you're running straight into that support. Got a bit more margin level there, so perhaps that's the better level to look for an entry. That lines up with this resistance as well to the left hand side. So below 108.275, you've got a little bit more margin. And then what I would say is, if price comes back down only to form support that level, you are still technically bullish. I'd be looking for Xauusd to buy it back up. Wrong with everything. Like so. If it gave you a Xauusd look for a buy, that's what I'd be looking at. Otherwise, is a buys above. Still got this resistance to the left. It's not the cleanest, in all honesty. In terms of price action, which is what I do, I'm looking for Xauusd at certain levels, and then to the left of that level, I'm looking to see what sort of traffic we've got. On EU, we've got nothing. It's just a mess. It's similar in GU right now. Got some decent or area of traffic below the support, but still technically in a massive uptrend. Yeah, hopefully it makes sense. It's just not a really attractive chart at the moment, to be honest. Peter man, welcome. Hope you're well. One of the newest VIP members. I hope you're doing well. Dot, very much enjoying his warmth here. Mosquito's having a field day. Oh, I can imagine. It's the same in Thailand. They cannot avoid him. TikTok, thank you. I appreciate all the new followers. Thank you to everyone on TikTok stream. There's what, 58 of you right now. Thank you. And here's on YouTube as well. Thanks guys. If you could hit the like button, that'd be much appreciated. Jack, yeah, I agree, not seeing much at the moment. Yeah, because often when I see a chart like that, apart from that level which I mentioned where you can even buy it above or sell it below, what I prefer is just to let it create moves, clean moves, cut through the traffic to the left, and then open up. Because the amount of times, and I made this a point on, I made a point of this on I think it was Monday, the members educational call. That was a really insane call. When you see price action is really choppy, like the range is just an absolute mess. Let's see if we can find one. Really have it. Of course I'm not going to find it, but anyway, if you see the range is an absolute mess, then what you really need to do is wait for it to cut through that mess. Make a clean move. Let's just say this was all shit to the left, which it's not, because it's made a decent move up. Let it create a clean move to cut through it. Then you're looking for potentially your option from support. But what you're likely to see is when it makes the move back up, once it gets above a resistance, or once you've got the confirmation of support forming a strong support, it tends to make a really nice move, mirror the move back up, and then likely again to the downside, if it does respect that resistance, it tends to make a nice clean move back down. But it's just a matter of waiting for it to do that if you are into really choppy traffic. And a lot of the time, most people don't have the patience to wait. what they'll do is they get caught out in what they think looks okay without just avoiding what's to the left. Take an entry and it does this, ends up coming back up, and they've hit stop loss and it comes back down, goes back up a bit, comes back down, and it's the exact same scenario as before. It's just a choppy mess. So I cannot stress it enough about just waiting patiently for the right option to come. Right now, gold, I need to wait 17 minutes, or I could potentially get an entry, and it could be a sell at this rate. Him? GJ? Yeah. The tricky one, GJ. Still all about the buyers, but for me, there's no real catalyst at the moment to buy it. All right, so gold 15 has closed back bearish, still above the support, so no entry for me for gold. But again, now we're just trading within the range here at 23.83 and 23.78.70. So still want to see how price reacts if it does come back down. And once again, going to be looking for buys from that level or sells below it. That's the plan on gold. GJ, nothing just yet. 15 still closed below. A little bit tricky at the moment on GJ, to be honest. We'll reassess closer to the closure of the candle. All right, I've created that code, by the way, guys. So where is it? Marek. Code is that is the discount code for the annual payment if anyone is interested. Until the 31st of this month. And remember my word, I did say discount code for VIP. I just got I had the annual option and didn't add it to that. So it's added to it now. That's the code you need. You want to become an annual VIP member at the discount rate. All right, gold looking okay. This is good. This is what we want. Now we're gonna close below. Let's patiently wait and see. What time am I going live every day on TikTok? To the person on TikTok, I go live. Just depends on TikTok. When I start the YouTube, I get no viewers. I don't know what it is. It must be to do with the best time to stream live on TikTok. I have no idea the algorithm, how it works. So on YouTube, I start at 6:30 a.m. UK time on, or 6:30, 6:40 a.m. roughly on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday and Friday, I start about 7:30 a.m. On TikTok, it'll be pretty much from around 7 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then 7:30 a.m. same time as YouTube on Tuesday and Fridays. Zach Bear, what's the plan today? Plan is for gold sells below this support. Potential buys if it gives you a confirmation, do so without making a move like it did previous candle from above that level. Yeah, apologies because obviously I can't read. It's Chinese, isn't it? So don't know what to call you, my friend. Rahman. Bailey got no wick. Good flip. Got no bottom wick. Got a little bit of bottom wick, but it could flip more so because the level it's at a very strong level left hand side here. It's respecting a previous daily counts high so far. It's rejecting a 4-hour resistance. It's more evident on this chart on Forex.com. So we are respecting that level. Tapped into it, rejected. There's also a level of resistance a little bit further here to the left. So potentially, yes, it could come back down. Does it have to? Not necessarily. As long as any pullback is met by support that has already created a way up, which so far it's doing, it did previously in the last candle, and it doesn't necessarily need to do so. But yes, it can do so. JJ rejecting. One good thing is, guys, with the structure, well, we've created a high, now confirm create a high for closure above this swing point. This was the impulse. This was the highest point of the impulse. We've got the 2 count pullback just here. So therefore, in order to confirm a high, we need to close above that level there. We have done so on the previous candle. So what that means is structure is now technically going to flip below this support if it closes below. That could be a catalyst to look for a potential sell. What else have we got? 4 hour rejecting. Could be flipping back bearish as well. Has a high, low, high. Really has no need to pull back and break its own low. If it was to do so, maybe we'll just grab that liquidity from the upside. This will start to potentially open up some sell options. Potentially. To see how correlating different catalysts, or how any confluence by you know, gathering these different catalysts that could be potentially playing out. Still have to wait though. James, nice one. All right, easy. And once again, guys, on TikTok, if you can't find me on TikTok, just look me up on YouTube. Just look up, obviously, the name, A.C.T Forex, and you'll find me on there as well. So gold proving a little bit stubborn just now, bouncing off it. Alright, is JJ going to provide some sort of option moving forward? And once this candle closes, I'm going to drag this zone up. Splivvy TP on, there is no trade right now, so there's no TP. To members as well who are on the stream, I will do something later for a call for maybe a little bit earlier than usual. I'm not sure if I'll stay on for actual MY, but I'll jump on a call to see what we can come up with anyway. Probably just after everything, I'll just jump straight on a call. So we'll see if there is anything happening on the charts at that point. We'll stay on for a bit, do some analysis, answer some questions. VIP, it's the best time is the private calls. Obviously, open up to the guys to ask questions and that. Really good as well. It's really chilled, private calls. F sells are about to be huge. Sell from 2382, 2386 to 2350. CPI about to crash to gold today. Maybe, who knows? A.C.T, did you change your channel name or something? This is my own stream, brother. This is my own group. Welcome, I remember your name, by the way. Yeah, I've been streaming on this channel for 3 months now, brother. Where have you been? This is my own thing. So I've gone off to do my own thing this year. Mr. Phil, good day to you, brother. I hope you're well. Alright, so I'm just going to drag the zone up because we're about to close. So this is a new minor range of stuff within on GJ. So buys above that level and sells on a closure below because it's going to flip the structure bearish. Potentially, that's something I would now consider. Has to be a strong closure below, has to tap in, reject, and begin to pull away from that zone. That's the only time I would consider it. Atlanta, sell or buy. Right now, waiting to see if GJ, what happens at the support. So it's closed above it, there is nothing. And gold rejected that support yet again. Look at that, twice it's pulled back to it to respect it. As much as I'd want to buy it based off that, I'm buying into resistance, so I don't have any reason to do so personally. I'm just chilling, I'm waiting. Price to break either 23.85, close above it, or close below 23.78. The only other way I might get involved prior to it, if price makes a clear move up, only to reject 23.85, or minor support just below it, begin to close below that minor support, then potentially I may consider a sell from higher up. That's about it. All good, not a problem. Gulani, it will go down and touch the order block. Maybe. Potentially. Miss Civilian buys the JA from 19032. Nice one. From this resistance. Nice one, man. And it's bullish. On the 30, it's bullish. Flip of the 2 hour as well. I know you trade off that. Nice one. F wouldn't recommend even trading gold today, but I'm sure this thing will dump heavily today. Yeah, it is. I wouldn't recommend trading it into MY because of the news. It's a massive news day. It's not just CPI, you got unemployment claims. So I'd be really cautious of it too. But we're far away from the news, so as long as my right confirmation presented, I'd still consider trading it right now. Has Bitcoin pulled back up? Oh, it has too. So it's tapped into that zone. All right, form support at this point here. So that's generally what I'd be looking for a potential entry closure below it. But the issue is you got more support just below it, so you don't have enough margin. It's a tough one. Finding clean traffic sometimes is quite difficult, but don't need all that much clean traffic because I'm a scalper. Like I said, I look for my 10, 15, 20 pips here and there. You're not going to have it here. You've got 12. This depends. There's a potential early entry. Gold, if gold, GJ, Bitcoin broke that support, I think it's a good chance it's going to come back down towards 57.30. So I'd say close the blow for a sell. And GJ has been absolute crap. It's been really shit today. D1 Casey, DXY. Yep, going down. Oh, 447. It's got a lot of traffic to get past to get to that level, but again, anything can happen. There is news to come, which is a catalyst that could give it a, make it drop more. We give it a shove. You're convinced it's going up 100%? Okay, that's your opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Yeah, that's all. Just have to wait and see. That's all you can do. You're casing gold not moving as it's been dropping. It's just basically where we started the stream, hasn't it? It's just every time it drops down, pops straight back up. So this requires patience. That's all it does, guys. Hardest part of trading is patience. Is sitting and waiting. Is by far the most difficult thing to do. Because you see things move and you feel like you're gonna miss it, but then it pulls back and does the opposite thing, and you feel good if you know, manage to control your emotions and not jump in recklessly. I learned that the hard way. It took me like the best part of maybe 3 years to learn that. Have the plan, create it, wait for it to patiently set up. If it does, fantastic, execute. If it doesn't, just sit tight and do nothing until it does. That's all you can do. D1 Casey, that's it. That's all you, yep, all you can do. Yeah, there's Discord. There's a free community Discord. Again, I can't send links into TikTok. It doesn't let me do it. So DM me and I will share with you somehow. I should be able to share it through a message. So there is the free community and there is also the VIP community. Roma, sure, patience is difficult. It is, but it's a lot easier when you're doing it within a group, that's for sure. Top trades FX, gold is going to 23.23. Google top trades. How the hell do you ban someone? How do you ban someone on TikTok? I have no idea how to use it. Someone help me? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got rid of it. Ethan, how do we all think gold is going to move? It's a bit of a mixed bag, the forecast for the news, so it's hard to know what to make of it. But from what I understand, there's likely leaning towards potential rate cuts, a couple rate cuts moving forward. So if that is to be the case, then I would have thought that gold would go up personally. But because that's what I think, It doesn't mean I trade it. I still wait for my confirmations, and I will not be trading it into the news either way, because that would be reckless. Because even if the news does come out as a negative for the US dollar, it doesn't always tend to go the same way on the charts. Gold may pop up a little bit and then just dump. So you got to be really cautious of it. But if I was going to the casino and someone told me 5 minutes before, this is what's expected, place your bets, I would place it to the upside. Cheers for all the followers, TikTok, appreciate it. And YouTube, let's go, let's get the likes up, 40 likes. Up here, do I have A.C.T? What? I understand what you mean by that. Use my ignorance. I have no idea what that means, to be honest. Spirit DXY is dropping. Yep, saw that before, was dropping. Ethan, unfortunately, I'm currently in for a sell. Well, see, the thing is, if you're in a sell, there should be a planned sell, so it shouldn't be, unfortunately. So once again, you should have a plan, just create some rules and stick to it. And if you do so, and even if it's a loss, you can't be that disappointed, to be honest, because it was a planned loss, if that makes sense in the end. But if you just jump in because you feel like you might be missing out on a move, or you may be a little bit bored sitting there, then I think your emotions might start getting playing a factor, especially if you see it obviously go against you. G1 Casey, no problem, I'll reply to it later. Oh, copy train. No, I've been spoken to about it. It's something I am contemplating. I may do soon. Maybe something in the future. That was one of the issues with the VIP, because I'm finding it hard to actually send signals, have the time to send them in, because a lot of the time you guys see I'm waiting for literally like the last minute or something for a confirmation, and then once I got that confirmation, I'm busy sending it myself because I don't want to miss out on a trade. Pulling it for you guys, because you know, if I'm taking it, I want you guys to take it too, if you want to, I mean. And by the time I've done all that, I mean, it's bloody hard to type it into signals, plus managing it in there, because I need to do it on my end as well. I don't want to miss out. So I've changed that section to trade ideas. But you guys see anyway in the group, if I take a trade, I let you know. I always say this is what I'm looking at. I always have done. Even if it's during Asian session, which I just haven't been trading this week. But I will always say, right guys, this is what I'm looking at. This is why. Done it every time so far. Zach Bear, I'm in Oz, man, in Melbourne. Xauusd. Goldie pulled up just to grab last 30 high and dropped again. Classic London move. Doing what it does best. Bit of up and down price action on both gold and GJ. Just nothing solid. Doesn't make it easy, but again, just means you need to wait. Requires patience. That's it. It's gold trying to pop back down again. Let's see. Franco, you missed the buy on GU. Yeah, GU, look, that doesn't look bad at all, does it? I don't trade GU, guys, so I need it's nothing, but Franco's does trade it. Have you got a 5-minute tap in? Not really. Still a pretty strong catalyst though, nice strong closure above. So DJ and GU moving in opposite directions at the moment. Kinda. Yeah, I mentioned before, GU looks cleaner than both GJ and gold at the moment, and it is now pushing into some clean traffic. But I don't personally trade it. I analyze it. Some of the guys trade it, but I don't personally trade it. Alright, focus on gold now. Seems to be closer than GJ. Just waiting, guys. Just waiting. DJ gonna pop back above. So it's popping back up. All right, let's see. If it closes above 28035, above that bearish candle high, gonna have a bullish engulfing candle, respecting the 30-minute structure as well. that is a pretty strong catalyst to look for an option. Also, the hourly will be closing back bullish for a long wick to the downside. That would suggest it's grab liquidity from that support. If it closes up near its high, then there's a good chance we will, at the new open of the new candle, pop up, retest that current daily candle's high, and potentially push further into price discovery. So need to wait for really strong closure on GJ for any potential buy, and gold sells below. Just need to wait for the closure though. Closure below for the sell. About NAS. Wow, create another all-time high. Every time I look at this thing, it's creating another all-time high into price discovery. And just goes to show how trading with the trend, if you're just patient when something's in such a trend like NAS and GJ, you try to just, if you just wait and for your indication, your catalyst to buy upon the continuation or buy upon the pullback. But trading live the actual structure and trend itself, it's just off much higher probability than trying to take a sell. So for me on NAS today, I'd just be looking for potential sells, either above the high or on a pullback. What that also does is narrow down your thought process to looking to that particular entry for the buys. So you're not going to put what if now, well I can sell it now, but hang on, said to myself I'm only going to buy it. So what you simply need to do is determine what sort of levels you want price to pull back to. You got level A here, and this is what I do for VIP. On certain sessions, if I can't do a video recording, when I send in charts with a session update, I label level A, B, C, D, whatever, and I explain exactly what I want to see at those levels. Same thing applies here. So I'd either want a closure above 20,672 roughly for continuation, or closure above 20,63.6 for buys upon a pullback, and no structure or nothing is flipping on a closure below support. So I just simply wait for it to create a move down. What it's likely to do is doesn't necessarily need to pull back all that far. It is just create a high low, form another support, head back up, begin to trend back to the upside. Like I mentioned GJ yesterday, which did on the MI call, I chose not to sell it because I didn't believe it was ready to sell off, and it made the move up. So I was right. Look at it now. Would potentially provide us an option. We have just over 7 minutes remaining. Let's see. Aroma, have you tried to test any AI like chat GPT 3.5 or Claude to analyze the market, giving insights and entry points? What do you think about AI and trading analysis? Well, as far as analysis, I've never used it, to be honest. I did use it to see if I can work on a bit of an indicator for something, which, yeah, it didn't really work, to be honest. But as far as for trading itself, so not talking about the analysis, well, obviously the market's run by algorithms, so AI and that. So obviously it has its place. Will it take over completely? I don't think so. I don't think it ever will completely take over trading, but obviously it'll be more employed by people. Instead of trading themselves, they'll just use AI for it. But when it comes to analysis, it probably does work. I'm not too sure, but once again, I just focus on my own analysis and that because I know it works. I mean, I prove it live on stream. So yes, it probably has its place, but I'm not bothered by it, in all honesty. And I'm sure it will improve as well, and I'm sure more and more people will use it. I mean, I start to use it more. I've used it for creating my website and all that as well, so look at the level it's at as well, guys. 208 flat. It's a psychological round number 2, which is rejected multiple times. Do you really want to see a closure above it, of that 208 flat? Matcha, please, I want mentor. If you're interested in knowing about the services, then send me a DM, my friend. I'll let you know. Well, still above support, so there's nothing on gold. It's been stagnant, it's been dead. Let's see GJ in just under 3 minutes. See where it closes. We can start looking at the hourly a bit more now too, because the hourly is about to close at the same time. So you want to see really strong closure, preferably right near high, if not engulfing. Gundra, when will we see downtrend on GJ? What do you think? Not sure. Just see, you need some strong rejection on the higher time frame, so you need some strong closures on the daily. You need to flip the structure on the minor time frame first, so DM30 4 hour. I don't think it's flipping anytime soon, if not until these lows here. So when do I think? No idea. I'll believe it when it happens. So you just need some strong catalysts. You need some strong daily candles closing bearish, and you need 30-minute structural flipping. That might be the first indication that we might make a deeper pullback. All right, it's looking all right, GJ. So what I'd like to see at the open And it could do it because the hourly's got that long liquidity wick to the downside. What I'd really like to see is the new candle. Seeing we're not closing above by the looks of it. Oh, I don't want to do this. If it does this, then forget it. If this candle closes up near its high, I'd want it to pop up, create the upper wick, break this minor resistance, pull back down, create a low wick, and then as it flips and breaks its own high again, that's the entry. My favorite way to get involved in as far as price action or catalyst in terms of price action itself, candle developing. Gundra? Not a problem, mate. Probably butchering your name. I apologize. Gold is still above support. There is nothing on gold. DJ is pulling back. Sec bear. Should I buy into gold now? I don't know what your confirmation is to buy it, to be honest. Once again, guys, I couldn't stress it enough, the importance of patience and waiting for confirmation. I think a lot of people come to trading expecting the wrong thing. They follow the wrong people on social media and all that. They see, you know, all the glitz and glamour of it all. The fact of the matter is, in reality, it requires an enormous amount of patience and discipline, and it takes time. It does take time. I don't give a shit what anyone says. It's not a get rich quick thing. Yes, some people might get really lucky. Really lucky. I mean, I got really lucky in my first ever trade. But I thought I was hitting a bit. I thought that's how easy it was. I got destroyed only a few days later. So you need to respect it. You need to do your own due diligence. You need to give it time. It's taken me, I've been trading for almost 8 years now, just seven and a half years or so. It took me the best part of 3.5, 4 years to really become confident. And even then, I mean, it's more so the last 2 years where I've just really excelled. Trading just keeps getting better and better. And it's simply because I stick to my plan and I have the patience to sit and wait and understand that I'm not always going to get a trade because I'm very strict and rule based. That's not going to mean every day I'm going to get an option. Some days it means I get 3 options on the one stream. Some days it means I get nothing. Some days it's multiple days in a row where I get nothing. No, if I just stick to my plan and wait patiently for what I want to see to present, there's a really high probability I'm going to be on the end of a winning trade. So I need to just patiently wait. Right now, I have absolutely no confirmation of any entry on both gold or GJ, the asset class, the pairs that I do trade. So my responsibility is just understand it and not get involved until something does present. Even if something's on a 5-minute, I don't give a shit because I don't trade it. It'll be the 15-minute. Sometimes I might use it as a catalyst or a confluence, but I don't have that. So everyone has their own way. If they can make it work, whatever works for them, fantastic. Who am I to judge? But I'm just following what works for me. And that's just remaining patient. Knowing I don't always have to be involved in a move into the markets if there's nothing there for me to take. And my rules are very simple to follow. And it just makes it a yes or no entry. Very simple. In a nutshell, I determine by drawing my zones, determine what levels I want to get involved in a trade. And I just have to wait. I create the rules as price approaches. I have specific rules that work for me. And depending on how price approaches, I will determine which rule will suit that sort of entry best. And if it presents, fantastic, I enter. If not, I just simply wait. Atlantis? Yeah, I'm a competent trader. I'm very confident in what I do. No emotions at all. Lance's struggles real. They can be very real, and they were very real. Trust me, I've been through it all. I've been through those emotional days where you do stupid shit because you can't take it, because you're frustrated, you can't take it, you don't believe that you should have lost a trade because according to your analysis and that it was a winning trade, but it happens to be a losing trade, and you do stupid shit like jump straight back in, take another loss. I've been through all that, trust me. So I understand. It just requires patience. Top trade goal, the 2 W's in training, wait and why. Yeah, I always say where, wait, why. No, sorry. Where, what, and wait. So where do you want to get involved? What do you want to see at that level? And then wait for it to present. 3 W's I use. They're similar. I appreciate you, my friend, as well. Sent in a little educational video just for, I hope you saw it, man, for just for the YouTube members. That was yesterday, I think. Alrighty guys, so it's not presenting right now, so I need to take a bit of a break because I'm going to be jumping on with the VIP again a little bit later on. So what I'll be looking at in GJ, well, first of all, the 4 hours going to close in the next hour. One of 2 things could happen. If we close above the resistance, we've still got momentum to the upside. We're still closing strong bullish candles. Nothing yet suggests we're going to pull back. What's likely happens, the new candle, let it create a lower wick. If it pulls back down even into the range below to form a support, begins to break back above, there's a good chance we will continue to the upside. Now the second thing is, if this 4 hour candle ends up closing back a weak bullish candle or back near the support, even a bearish candle, that would suggest exhaustion. So then what I'd be waiting for is price to close below 207.850, flip the 30-minute structure bearish, tap in, reject, and that is when I maybe start to consider some sell options, because at least you got some sort of catalyst at that point there, that being the 30-minute flipping, and perhaps even if it's on the new 4 hour candle where it creates that move, breaks a lot of the previous. Gold just needs to clear this to the upside or downside, preferably sells below 23.78. I've dragged us down now, 50. You've formed support, previous support is to the left, so keep bouncing off it. If it was to now break it and continue bearish, it needs to close below, tap in, reject, and pull away from it. I will not look for the impulse entry at this stage because it keeps bouncing off it, so wait for the confirmation. As for buyers to the upside, well, needs to be a strong closure above 2385, and just be careful of it because you run straight into some traffic to the left hand side. But the good thing is, if it does break the support, and even if you can't get in a sell, but if you can get in a sell, you could be able to, you might have the option to get involved in a buy lower down as well. Just look to the left to where we have previous support. They're going to be your targets for the sell, and also your potential levels to look for a buy option from. So that is gold, guys. That's what I'll be looking at. See, where am I from? From Oz, man. Just send me a message, send me a DM if you want to know about services, and I will get that across to you. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. Tomorrow I will be on from 7:30 a.m. UK time. TikTok as well, same time. Tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. UK time, I'll be on with you guys as well. If you haven't done so yet, please hit like on the way out. Also, guys, if you'd like to know any more about services, all down below in the description. Have a look at the new website. I haven't got a domain for it yet. I'm thinking about it. I charge a fortune this place, but I'm thinking about it. But nonetheless, check it out. Let me know what you think. Take care, trade safe. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Members, I will catch you guys maybe in an hour or so, an hour and a half from now. I'll let you guys know anyway in the chat. Cheers, Roma. Appreciate you guys, and everyone else. Thank you. Take care, trade safe, don't do anything stupid. CPI to come, and unemployment claims, so massive day on the news calendar. Be very careful and cautious of that. Until tomorrow, guys, take care. Cheers. Bye, my friends.